What if I told you that your dog is waiting? Not for food, not for a walk, not even for playtime, but for something much deeper. Something you might be doing wrong every single day, without even realizing it. Your dog will spend their entire life trying to understand you, trying to adapt to your world, your rules, your routines. They watch you constantly, learning your patterns, your moods, your habits. To them, you are everything. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Very few humans ever learn how to understand their dog. And that is the real betrayal. Because while you go on with your life, thinking everything is fine, your dog is quietly adjusting, suppressing, tolerating, and waiting. Waiting for you to finally understand them. This isn't about training. This isn't about teaching your dog tricks or commands. This is about something much deeper. This is about learning how to listen to a being that has been speaking to you all along, just not in your language. And today, you're going to understand 6 things your dog has needed from you their entire life. The first thing your dog needs is something most humans completely ignore. A safe space. Your home might feel calm and familiar to you, but to your dog, it can often feel overwhelming. People moving around, loud noises, unpredictable energy, hands reaching out at random moments. Now imagine living in a world where you can never truly switch off, where you don't have a place that is completely yours, somewhere no one touches you, no one disturbs you, no one invades. Dogs carry an ancient instinct. Long before they lived with humans, they survived by seeking shelter in dens. Small, enclosed, protected spaces where they could finally relax without fear. That instinct hasn't disappeared. It lives inside your dog every single day. But many dogs today never get that space. Their beds are treated like decoration. People sit on them, touch them, disturb them. Children climb over them. They are woken up constantly. And slowly, without anyone noticing, that sense of safety begins to disappear. When a dog doesn't have a safe place, they don't feel secure. And when they don't feel secure, they don't truly relax. What looks like a calm dog is often just a dog that has learned to endure. Your dog doesn't need something fancy. They don't need expensive products. They need something much simpler. A place that is theirs. Truly theirs. A place where nothing happens to them. Where they are invisible to the world. Where they can finally let go. Because when a dog knows they have that, everything changes. The second thing your dog needs is something that might feel uncomfortable to accept. They don't always want your touch. Humans show love through physical contact. We hug, we grab, we squeeze. To us, that's affection. But to a dog, touch means something very different. In their world, touch is communication. It has intention, meaning, and sometimes pressure. When you reach out and touch your dog without them asking for it, you're making a decision for them. And many dogs don't feel comfortable with that. The problem is, they don't complain the way humans do. They whisper. They turn their head slightly. They lick their lips. Their body stiffens for just a second. They look away. These are not random behaviors. These are signals. They are saying, as clearly as they can, "Please, give me space." But most people don't see it. Or they misunderstand it. They think the dog is being strange, distant, or even ungrateful. So they insist. They touch more. They hold tighter. And the dog learns something dangerous. That their voice doesn't matter. Now imagine living like that. Imagine someone constantly invading your space, ignoring your discomfort, and you having no way to say no. That's the reality for many dogs. But something incredible happens when you change this. When you stop touching your dog automatically and start waiting. Waiting for them to come to you. Waiting for them to ask. The moment your dog chooses to approach you for affection, that moment is real. That's not tolerance. That's trust. The third thing your dog needs is something so simple, yet almost no one does it. They need you to come down to their level. Think about how you look to your dog. You are taller, bigger, louder. You move above them, reach over them, lean into their space from above. From a human perspective, this means nothing. But for a dog, height carries meaning. In their language, Being above someone can feel intimidating. It can feel like pressure, like control, like a subtle threat. This doesn't mean your dog is afraid of you. It means that sometimes your presence can be overwhelming, especially when they're unsure, anxious, or sensitive. Now imagine the difference when you change your posture. When instead of leaning over them, you kneel down. When instead of reaching from above, you come to their level. Suddenly, your presence feels different. Softer, safer, more equal. This one small change can transform how your dog experiences you. Because in that moment, you're no longer a giant in their world. You're someone they can truly connect with. The fourth thing your dog needs is something we interrupt constantly, without realizing the damage we're causing. They need time to smell. When you take your dog outside, you think you're taking them for a walk. But your dog is reading the world through their nose. Every scent is information. Every smell is a story. Who passed by, what happened, how long ago, what changed. For a dog, smelling is not a distraction. It is the experience. But most humans rush it. They pull the leash. They say, "Come on." They decide where to go, how fast to go, when to stop. And from the dog's perspective, the most important part of their day is constantly being cut short. Imagine trying to read a book, and someone closes it every few seconds. That's what many walks feel like to a dog. Frustrating, incomplete, mentally unsatisfying. A short walk where your dog is allowed to smell freely is far more enriching than a long walk where they are constantly rushed. Because when a dog is allowed to smell, something shifts inside them. Their breathing slows. Their body softens. Their mind engages. They're no longer just moving, they're processing. Their mind works. Their stress decreases. Their world makes sense. But when you interrupt that process over and over again, when you pull the leash, rush them, decide the pace without giving them space to explore, you're not just controlling the walk. You're cutting off their way of understanding reality. And over time, that frustration builds. It turns into restlessness, into tension, into a dog that comes home physically tired, but mentally unsatisfied. So next time you go out, try something different. Slow down. Let them lead, at least for a while. Let them choose a smell and finish it. Because what looks like doing nothing to you is everything to them. And when that need is fulfilled, you don't just get a calmer dog. You get a dog that feels complete. And then, there's something even deeper. Something you can't see, touch, or hear, but your dog feels every single day. Predictability. This is where most humans unintentionally create anxiety without realizing it. Because we live in a world of constant change. Different schedules. Different moods. Different energy every day. But your dog doesn't understand any of that. They don't understand why yesterday you left for 5 minutes, and today you're gone for hours. They don't understand why sometimes you wake up calm, and other times stressed and rushed. They don't understand later. They don't understand maybe. They don't understand it depends. Their world is not built on explanations. It's built on patterns. Patterns are what allow them to relax. Patterns tell them, this is normal. This is safe. Nothing bad is about to happen. But when those patterns break constantly, something changes inside them. They start anticipating, watching you more closely, reacting faster, becoming alert, even when nothing is happening. Because if the world is unpredictable, they have to be ready. And that constant state of readiness is anxiety. It doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like a dog that can't fully settle. A dog that follows you everywhere. A dog that reacts too quickly, too intensely, too often. Not because they are difficult, but because they are unsure. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine a world where things make sense. Where food comes at the same time every day. Where walks follow a rhythm. Where your departures and returns feel familiar, not random. You might think routines are boring, but for your dog, they are freedom. Because when nothing is uncertain, they don't need to worry. They don't need to stay alert. They can finally let go. You'll start to notice it in small details. They rest deeper. They react less. They move with more calm, more confidence. Because they're no longer trying to predict what happens next. They already know. And in that knowing, they find peace. They don't need to guess. They don't need to worry. They trust the flow of their world. And finally, the sixth thing your dog needs is something you might already give, but not in the way they truly need. They need your voice. Not your commands. Not your corrections. Not the short, automatic words you repeat without thinking. They need you. Dogs have evolved alongside humans for thousands of years. Not just to live with us, but to read us, to feel us, to understand the emotional weight behind every sound we make. Your dog doesn't just hear your voice. They analyze it. The tone, the rhythm, the pauses, the tension, the softness. To them, your voice is not just sound. It's information about your state of mind. It tells them if the world is safe or not. But here's where most people get it wrong. They only use their voice when they want something. Sit, stay, no, short, sharp, transactional, and then silence. Or worse, frustration. A louder tone, a harsher edge, a sudden change in energy that the dog doesn't fully understand, but deeply feels. Now imagine living with someone who only speaks to you to give orders or to correct you. No warmth, no conversation, no emotional connection. That's what many dogs experience every single day. But your voice can be something completely different. It can be a constant signal of safety. When you speak to your dog in a calm, slow, natural way, even about nothing in particular, their brain begins to relax. Because they're not just hearing words. They're feeling stability. They're feeling presence. They're feeling that you are there, grounded, predictable, safe. Try this. Talk to your dog when nothing is happening. When you're walking. When you're sitting. When they're lying down. Not to command them. Just to include them. Let your tone be soft. Let it flow. Let it carry emotion. And watch what happens. Their ears shift. Their eyes soften. Their body relaxes. Because in that moment, your voice stops being a tool and becomes a connection. Your voice can calm them in moments of stress. It can guide them when they feel unsure. It can anchor them when the world feels overwhelming. But most importantly, it tells them they are not alone. Because at the end of the day, your dog is not waiting for perfection. They're not waiting for perfect training, perfect timing, or perfect behavior. They're waiting for something much more human. Consistency, warmth, understanding. They're waiting to feel heard, even though they don't speak your language. They're waiting to feel safe, without having to ask for it. They're waiting to feel respected, without having to defend themselves. And they're waiting to feel seen, for who they truly are. Not just a pet, not just a companion, but a living being, trying every single day to connect with you in the only ways they know how. And the beautiful part is, you don't need to learn a new language to give them that. You just need to use the one you already have, differently, to live in a world where their needs are not ignored, but recognized. Your dog will give you their entire life. Every day. Every moment. Without question. The real question is, will you give them the one thing they've been waiting for? Understanding.